Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the Rampage SuperBrite LED tailgate light bar. So with the invention of LEDs, lights have become really popular. You know, the LEDs are so small, you can put them just about anywhere. So it's kind of fun actually, at least in my opinion, to try to figure out where you can put some extra lights, you know, because typically the more lighting the better, especially on a vehicle like this. You know, it's subtle enough but bright enough to help other people see you. And that's a big problem, especially today. You know, a lot of distracted drivers. So having a little bit of extra lighting is going to go a long way. So if I was looking at these, I think one of the big questions would be, what are they going to look like at night? So went ahead and turned off the overhead lights. Right now we just have our running lights on, our blinkers. You know, these things shine super bright and really do throw off a lot of light. Hit our brakes. And I think one of the big things I would be interested in is how bright are the reverse lights going to be. That way, you know, it'll help you out a lot more whenever you're backing up. So on the same hand, I'd be curious on how bright it's going to be on a sunny day. So we pulled outside, turn on our tail lights, and cut those off. Do our left turn, our right turn, our brakes, and again our reverse lights. We do get a lot of questions on how the light actually works and how you can hook it up and things like that. And there's a few different ways that you can do that, and they're both really easy. The light is more or less just going to stick on to the body of your vehicle. It has some really strong adhesive tape on the back of the light, and so when you push that on there, it's not coming off. You know, so it's really tough, and there's a couple different ways you can actually power it up. So it's going to have a 4-way flat connector end that comes off of the light, and you are going to need an existing 4-way flat connector on your vehicle to begin with. Chances are pretty good if you're putting this on a pickup truck, you're probably going to have that already, and so you could either just plug it right into there. That's an option. That's probably not what I would do. I would probably actually hardwire it into that 4-way wiring. So what I would suggest doing is picking up a pigtail end, 4-way flat end, something like this, and just teeing it into that existing wiring using some butt connectors and hook it up. That way, once you have this in, you can just take the light bar and plug it right into that connector. So it makes it really convenient, and you're not going to have to, you know, cut the end off of the light bar or anything like that. You just plug it right in once you have this type of connector teed in. With that said, this also has a reverse light function. So when you put the truck in reverse, it'll give you some extra lighting. And if you want that to be functional, you are going to have to tap into your reverse light circuit. Not really a big deal, especially if your truck has a 7-way, which most of them will. The reverse light circuit does go to your 7-way. So you could just tap into there to get the reverse light on your light bar to function. So now let's go ahead and just kind of check the light out and all the functions that it can do. So it's going to give us our tail lights. So whenever we have our headlights on, this is going to illuminate. Whenever we hit the brakes, we'll get that signal. Of course, we'll get our left turn signal and our right turn signal and our reverse lights. So I'll go ahead and fire up our vehicle and put it in reverse. This particular light bar is going to be 49 inches in length, so from end to end. And honestly, it about fills up the back of this truck perfectly. So I feel like most mid-sized trucks, this would probably be the one that I'd go with. If you had a big or full-size truck and you wanted a little more coverage, not a big deal. There's longer ones available here at etrailer. But with that said though, it looks like some people aren't just using these for their truck. We talked about those LEDs being really versatile, you know, and you can use them for a lot of different things. So a few of our customers actually put this on their trailers, on the back of their trailers, like an enclosed trailer, something like that, which is a good idea. And even cargo carriers. So a lot of times what can happen when you hook that cargo carrier up and really pile it up full of all your belongings, a lot of times what can happen is your lights will be blocked a little bit. And so what people have done have actually just stuck this on the outside of their cargo carrier to help keep them a little more safe. The light bar actually feels pretty well made. It don't feel like it's gonna fall apart or anything. You know, it's nice and thick, and I feel like it'd take a beating. With that said, it is gonna be waterproof, and what makes it that way is the fact that the LEDs are completely sealed. So there's a urethane coating that runs along through there and keeps everything watertight. And what also helps contribute to that and helps keep everything reliable is the fact that they use what's called surface mount technology, all right? And what that involves is the LED is soldered directly to the circuit board in the light bar. And so that's one less failure point or connection point as opposed to the older types, which required you to use leads and extra wiring and things like that. So by eliminating a lot of those parts and putting the LED right to the surface board, it's going to be reliable and work for a long time. So just out of curiosity, I kind of wondered what would happen if we used our flashers. So I went ahead and turned them on, and it's pretty cool actually. A light bar syncs with them, so we have that feature too. But other than that, at the end of the day, whether you're looking to make your truck a little more unique or just stay a little bit safer, it's gonna get the job done. But with that said, that's gonna finish up our look of the Rampage SuperBrite LED light bar for truck bed tailgates.